All right, shalom, shalom. It's your brother Warumia back with another lesson, Lord willing. It'll be edifying, and it's also Shabbat Shalom. I want to start by giving all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Waha, Rakah, Kwadash, Barakatha Yahweh, Barakatha Yahweh Shai. Double honors to the apostles, elders, bishops, the great millstone, tall ministry, Shalom to the 144,000 men of the Lord. You see on the highways and byways prophesying in the name and power of Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, also in the correct doctrine. I want to send a shalom to the 1/3 men, women, and children that will escape the judges of Yahweh, Hashem, Yahweh Shai by their faith. So, got another lesson I want to bring out through the Spirit of the Lord. As you see, Britain, the UK, which is also considered NATO, is preparing for war. And this is pretty much what's been coming out about them going to the CIA. The CIA head of the CIA going to Russia the other day. So let's get right into these videos, hit some scriptures, and Lord willing to be edifying.
The British government is preparing for a potential large-scale conflict, and they want the public to be ready when it begins. A new edition of the National War Book is being created, which is a manual for what to do in the event of a natural disaster, cyber attack, or military threat from other countries. It includes plans for how the army, government agencies, and economy should respond to a major disruption. And its completion is now considered a top priority, with concerns about attacks from Russia and Iran, as well as impacts of climate change. A major component is public preparedness, with a campaign to educate people on what to do in the event of an emergency to be rolled out later this year. People will be told to ensure they have basic supplies on hand, including canned food and bottled water, and how to react if they lose power for an extended period of time. It's an update to the handbook distributed to British households in the 1970s and 80s called Protect and Survive, which was a guide for how to survive a nuclear attack with helpful tips such as stay inside. The UK isn't the only country preparing for the worst. Sweden, France, and Poland have made similar survival guides for their citizens as global tensions continue to mount.
So they're outright telling you that thermonuclear destruction is at hand. Thermonuclear war is coming. And they're giving out a war book to prepare you as they did in the 80s. So you got to ask yourself, why would they be doing that now? Because tensions are high, and it's never been this close to nuclear war as it has ever been in the history of America or the world. The only, and there was atomic bombs. There was only dropped in Hiroshima and Nagasaki on Japan. That was not nuclear war that's going to happen in this day and time. It's never been a time where they have decided or thought about using these weapons of mass destruction. Now check this out.
Sir, the UK is preparing households to survive 72 hours without power, water, internet, or supplies.
Because of Russia?
Partly. The government is preparing a public resilience campaign covering cyber attacks, infrastructure failures, and threats from hostile states.
This is not an evacuation order or war warning, but the timing comes as Moscow continues threatening Britain with consequences over its support for Ukraine. And yesterday's CIA visit to Moscow?
The Kremlin has now confirmed CIA Director John Ratcliffe met with Russian intelligence officials. He did not meet Putin, but Putin was briefed afterward.
And Belarus reacted?
Yes. Lukashenko ordered an unannounced combat readiness inspection, which Belarus itself linked to Ratcliffe's visit.
Anything else today?
A catastrophic flash flood and landslide struck the Nepal-Tibet border. Around 95 deaths have been reported, with hundreds still missing.
Stay sharp. Governments are preparing for disruption, while real disasters keep moving just as fast.
Roger that, sir. Monitoring all sectors.
Want to know what's happening before it becomes a headline? Get your clearance now at conflictly.app.
Sir, the UK is preparing households.
So these governments are preparing for mass death, mass destruction, and they're pretty much telling you, and we're warning you as well, man, because these days we're coming into are forewarned in the scriptures, man, and that's why you see us making these lessons to warn you of what's coming, man. Your time is running out, man. The doors of mercy are closing, War is at the boiling point, man. So we know one major prophecy has to come to pass before this thermonuclear destruction happens, and that's the mark of the beast. And they're gearing up for it, man, because they want to make everyone have no choice but to take it, and that's why you're seeing these food shortages, man.
There's going to be a food shortage. Not maybe, it's already in motion. And here's what you need to know if you live in the city. Last week, the president declared a food supply shortage and lifted the tariffs on fertilizers to soften the blow. And here's why. Since late last February, the Strait of Hormuz has been nearly closed. And about a third of the world's fertilizer moves through that one waterway. When the president starts dropping tariffs, you know there's a real problem. So why does fertilizer matter to you? Fertilizer helps crops grow. Less fertilizer, less crops. And smaller harvests. Smaller harvests mean less food. And when there's less food to go around, the prices go up, and that's a shortage. It doesn't start with empty shelves. It starts with climbing prices. And here's the part people miss. Grocery stores are not warehouses. They hold about 3 days' worth of food, and they depend on constant deliveries. The shelves look full because deliveries never stop. Disrupt the deliveries, and those shelves empty fast. So what gets expensive first? Not everything at once. Imported and out-of-season produce goes up first because it rides on global shipping. Then eggs and chicken because feed costs hit them fast. Then dairy and meat as the feed keeps getting pricier. Grains and bread come out last. That's next year's harvest, and the UN says it's going to be even smaller. How do you get ahead of it? Decide as a family how much of a buffer you feel comfortable with. I feel comfortable with 3 months. You might be comfortable with 2 weeks. Either way, that's your call. Then build up from there. Buy what you already eat and just buy in depth. If you like peanut butter, buy 5 cans of peanut butter. And then look to shelf-stable items. Pasta, beans, rice, oats. Every week buy a little bit extra and you'll start building out a stockpile over time. Start small, stay consistent, and you'll never be that person panic buying when shit hits the fan. We knew this was coming. Follow for more practical tips.
And see, like she said, we knew this was coming. And you can't buy all that shit, man. You can't carry all that shit with you, man. You can't buy 5 bags of, 5 cans of peanut butter or cans of canned food. You can't take all that shit with you, man. This is how we know that the Lord has to be with you in these days we're coming into. You're going to have people that's going to be in your house. They're going to be at your door trying to get into your house to get your food, let alone, you know what I'm saying, the things they need, along with, just coming into the winter. So you're going to need fire, you're going to need wood, you're going to need things like that, man, because they're planning on cutting the power out. And I'm going to get to another point that it happened, I think yesterday, that no one is really talking about too, because we're coming into the winter, man, and gas is going to be through the roof. So a lot of people are going to freeze to death, man. You're not going to be able to supply hot heat in your homes, and that's how we know you're not going to be sitting in your house just with your feet kicked up, not doing anything, man, just waiting on everything to pass over. It's not going to be that way. Now check this out.
Take a look at this. The Enbridge Line 5 pipeline, which carries natural gas and oil into southern Ontario, was just ruptured yesterday in northern Wisconsin. This vital energy corridor for Ontario was just shut down, triggering a potential ecological disaster at the same time. For those that don't know, the natural gas overflowing in Wisconsin right now was bound for southern Ontario. This supplies Ontario with natural gas and propane, for example, for our farmers. Line 5 delivers 540,000 barrels of oil and natural gas a day to Canada. But here's where the story gets even weirder. Enbridge, the Canadian-based company that operates the pipeline, says that a parked, unoccupied semi-truck rolled into an excavation pit on Line 5. I'm going to say that again. A parked, unoccupied semi-truck rolled into an open excavation site on Line 5. This happened in Iron County, Wisconsin. What are the odds of that? Keep in mind, Canadian mainstream media isn't really talking about this right now. But what are the consequences? Well, first, there could be, in the short term, a temporary propane shortage. But it also could increase energy costs in Ontario. All of this is happening, meanwhile, at the same time that Ontario Premier Doug Ford is threatening to withhold critical minerals from the United States and also to shut off energy sales to the U.S., while Donald Trump also is escalating the trade war himself. This is crazy. Why is the mainstream media not talking about this right now?
And they've been sabotaging a lot of things here lately, which the propane is big, man. All your factories, forklifts, and different machines they use propane. Now, you have a lot of um, propane used for gas for your home. A lot of people use propane for their house. So they're setting it up, man, where you're going to have to use them, the government, to heat your home. You'll need them for food. They're setting it up, man. And that goes in to bring in the MOTB, the mark of the beast, which a lot of our people are going to take it. A lot of our people are going to take it, man, because the Lord is not going to be with them. Now check this out, man. Widespread blackouts, man. And this is all strategically for Babylon the Great because the Lord has indignation against this place.
It's going to be a wild fall, in my opinion. Like I said, I think it's all part of an agenda to wipe out Europe and the US mostly, but also lots of other places, but those mostly, and like destroy their power systems, make it so they don't have any power, any fuel. And just recently this happened. Iranian hackers, yeah, right, sure, shut down UK power plant for 4 days. They say it was cyber attacks. And I think it's all CIA, Mossad. It's all the people, the same old people, doing all these things. And I think these are just precursors to it all. But then they started putting this out. This was actually all over the mainstream media sort of stuff. U.S. at risk of 18-month-long blackouts that could extend across the country, expert claims. John Wellinghoff, former chairman of the Federal Energy Regulatory Commission, sounded the alarm on a potential 18-month blackout that could extend across the country. And that was all over the place. Very interesting. 18-month long. Like, I don't even know what they say could cause that. I guess cyber attacks?
We all know, but still pay insufficient attention to the frightening scenario of a comprehensive cyber attack.
And not only 18 months long, which is a year and a half for anyone that doesn't know that. I kind of have to assume that. Most people are just not very smart. And also across the entire U.S. Like, that's pretty insane if that happens.
So you see it, man. They're preparing for war. They're preparing for blackouts. They're preparing for food shortages. And if they do a cyber attack and knock out all the power, they won't be able to bring the power back up in 18 months. That's just, well, I guess that's what they're just putting it out there for a time frame because you need power to bring to you're going to need power to build the infrastructure of the power system back up. And you're going to need power, man. Everything works on power. So a while ago, they was talking about Russia using an EMP or North Korea or China using an EMP, frying the circuit boards and everything that you need to pretty much function in this society, man. But we know that this is all biblical prophecy. So let's hit a couple scriptures in Lord willing to be edifying. This is Proverbs 27 and verse 12. It says, "A prudent man foreseeth the evil and hideth himself, but the simple pass on and are punished." See, 2/3 of our people are going to be punished, man, because they rejected the word of the Lord, man. And it says it in two places that the righteous foreseeth the evil, man. Let me get the other one. This is in Proverbs 22. This is Proverbs 22 and verse 3. It says, "A prudent man foreseeth the evil and hide himself, but the simple pass on and are punished." So the righteous men, the men of the Lord, we foresee what's coming, man. We foresee the wicked days, the evil is coming. But 2/3 of our people don't think it's going to happen, man. They can't see that what we've been prophesying is going to happen in our lifetime. They think it's some, years off or years from far from now. But we're at the door of all these things happening, man. They're not just bringing this information out just for the hell of it. There's a reason why. This is Psalms 161 in verse 1, Psalm of David. It says, "Hear my cry, O power, attend unto my prayer. From the end of the earth will I cry unto thee when my heart is overwhelmed." And you're going to be overwhelmed when this time comes, man. You're going to be overwhelmed, man, with sorrow, people passing, no food, no lights, demons, people plaguing you, trying to rob you and take things that you have. You're going to be overwhelmed when these things come, man. You're not going to be overpowered. None of this with your own power, man. You're going to need the Lord. It says, "Lead me to the rock that is higher than I." See, we're going to need to be led to the rock, and that's Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, man. It says, "Lead me to the rock that's higher than I, for thou hast been a shelter for me, and it's like in a strong tower from the enemy." And this is why we need comfort in the Lord, man, because he is going to hide us from our enemy, man. We foresee what's coming, man. And that's why the Lord put on our spirit to constantly stay in the scriptures, man. Make these lessons, do the will of the Lord. Because we made a vow to the Lord that we would do his will and not our own. It says, verse 4, it says, "I will abide in thy tabernacle forever. I will trust in the covert of thy wings. Salah. For thou art," so it's like it says, "For thou, O power, has heard my vows." See, the Lord has heard our vows, man. We pray to the Lord to turn away from this world, man, to seek the Lord, man. It says, uh, "For thou, O power, has heard my vow. Thou hast given me the heritage of those that fear thy name." And that's the elect. Those that fear the name of the Lord, that's coming constantly to the scriptures, man, to seek the Lord, man. It says, "Wilt thou prolong the king's life and his years as many generations? He shall abide for before power forever." And that's us, man. We're going to be before the Lord, man. And that's in the kingdom of heaven. It says, "Oh, prepare mercy and truth, which may preserve me." And this is what we have, the truth. That's what's going to preserve us, man. And that's what's that. I'm going to get the scripture, finish this up. And it says, "So will I sing praises unto thy name forever." And that's what we're doing, man. Singing praises to the name of Yahweh Bashem Yahushua forever, man. It says, "That I may daily perform my vows," man. See, that we can do this daily. It's just not, I'm a man of the Lord. I ain't got to get in the scriptures, man. I ain't got to make no lessons. We have to do this daily, man. This is a daily thing, man. And it says in NLT, it says, "When I will sing praises to your name forever, as I fulfill my vows each day." So this is every day you got to do it, man. This ain't just, the Christian, oh, we go to church on Sunday and that's it, man. No, man. When you're a man of the Lord, you got to do this daily. This is what we have to perform every day, man. The vow that we made before the Lord, man. And everyone is not going to be in this mindset to do this, man. It's only the true men of the Lord, man. This is Isaiah 26. Matter of fact, I want to get Ezekiel 33 and 6. Let me get that first. Ezekiel 33 and 6. It says, no, that's not it. Was it Isaiah 33 and 6? It's Isaiah 33 and 6. Wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy time. Verse Isaiah 33 and 6, it says, "And wisdom and knowledge," see, this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding we have, it says, "shall be the stability of thy times and strength of salvation." The fear of Yahweh Bashem Yahushua is his treasure, man. This is our treasure, man. This is what the knowledge that we receive because we foresee what's coming. NLT, it says, "In that day, he will be your sure foundation." And that's this word, man. It's our sure foundation. We know exactly what's going to happen before it happens, man. "Providing the rich store of salvation, wisdom." It says, "Wisdom and knowledge, the fear of Yahweh Bashem Yahushua will be your treasure." See, we fear the Lord, man. This is our treasure. This is what we're storing up in heaven, man. This wisdom, knowledge, and understanding that the Lord bless us with to receive the salvation that's in heaven, man. This is beautiful. Let me get this as well in Isaiah. This is Isaiah 26 and 20. It says, Come, my people, enter thou into thy chambers, and shut the doors about thee. Hide thyself as it were for a little moment, until the indignation be passed over. And this is what we hiding ourselves under this word, man, under the wings of Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, man. Because we, like I said, we foresee the evil that's coming, man. And it's not going to be no time out. It's going to be a break. It's not going to be that, man. It's going to be constantly judgment every day until the Lord comes, man. For behold, Yahweh Bashem Yahushua cometh out of his place to punish the inhabitants of the earth for their iniquities, man. See, the Lord is coming back to judge, man. That's who's bringing all the judgment now, man. Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, man. It ain't the devil. It ain't Esau. It's the Lord using these different minions to do his judgment, man, to do his will. It says, the earth also shall disclose her blood and shall no more cover her slain. So we knowing that this is the time the Lord said it was going to happen, man. The judgment, the time of Jacob's trouble. All hell breaking loose, man. The battle of Armageddon. We foreseeing all these things being set up, man. These are coming, man, very, very fast, man. But the faith that we have through the Lord has given us strength to make it through what we're going to go through, man. This is Hebrews 11. I'm going to start at verse 5. It says, by faith, Enoch was translated. See, Enoch was translated. He didn't see death. Let me continue on. It says that he should not see death and was not found because power had translated him. For before his translation, he had this testimony that he pleased power. See, Enoch didn't die. The Lord sent him, had a cherry come down and beam him up that he wouldn't see death. And that's what's going to happen to the elect. They're not going to see death, man. That's why it's a fight every day to make sure you did your will of the Lord, to make sure he has mercy on you, and you may be translated as well into those chariots. What's that, Ezekiel? Well, not Ezekiel, but Revelations 12 and 11, before the judgment comes, man. And this is what we're fighting for daily, man, to make sure we're a part of that number. Verse 6, it says, but without faith, it is impossible to please him. See, without faith, it's impossible to please the Lord, man. It says, for he that cometh cometh unto power, let me slow down, must believe that he is, and that he is a rewarder of them that diligently seek him. See, that's why it says, perform your vow daily. So you got to diligently, man, constantly seek the Lord, man. By faith, Noah, being warned of power of things not yet, or not seen as yet. See, as Noah, the same, the scripture tell you that was it Matthew 24, that it's going to be in the times of Noah. See, Noah knew that the flood was coming before he came. And when he came, he was saved. And that's what we're in that lot now, man. Lord willing, we are part of that number, man. It says, by faith, being warned of power. See, the Lord warned us as well, man. We know what's coming before it comes, man. It says, warned of power of things not seen as yet, move with fear. See, we move. When I've heard this word, man, I got in the scriptures, man. Nothing else mattered, man. Not getting no money, not getting this, not getting that. Nothing else mattered, man. Just like Noah. Noah, when he found that the Lord was going to bring judgment, he moved with fear to build an ark. And that's what we building a spiritual ark down, man, that we will be saved from what's coming. It says, by faith, Noah being warned of power of things not seen as yet, moved with fear, prepared an ark to the saving of his house, by the which he condemned the world. And that's what we did, man. It says, and became heir of the righteousness which is by faith. And see, this is what we're doing right now, is also building our faith. Continue to increase that faith that we have, man. Because we know that what's coming is not going to be changed, man. It's not going to stop because you don't think it is going to happen. And that's why we know that this walk of faith, man, you got to make sure you walk that thin line, man. Nothing else matters, man. Nobody else matters. Tunnel. Brother always say, bring in tunnel vision, man. You got to look at the world just like that, man. Nothing matters, man, but this truth. This is Psalms 27 and verse 4. It says, one thing have I desired of Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, will I seek after, that I may dwell in the house of Yahweh Bashem Yahushua all the days of my life, to behold the beauty of Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, and to inquire in his temple. For the time of trouble, he shall hide me. See, in the time of trouble, he shall hide me. And that's why we continue, like I said, that continuing in this faith, man. Continue in his word, man. Continue to seek the Lord, man. It says, in his pavilion, in the secret of his tabernacle shall he hide me. He shall set me up upon a rock. And that's our power, man. Yahweh Bashem Yahushua. And now shall my head be lifted up above my enemies around about me. Therefore will I offer in his tabernacle sacrifices of joy. And that's why we praise the Lord constantly, man. Doing what the Lord requires of us. It says, I will sing, yea, I will sing praises unto Yahweh Bashem Yahushua. Hear, O Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, when I cry with my voice. Have mercy also upon me and answer me. See, when we pray, the Lord will answer us, man. That's what we're asking for the Lord now. That's why we're doing the will of the Lord now. When the time comes, the Lord is going to hear our prayers. It says, when thou saidst, seek ye my face, my heart said unto thee, thy face, Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, will I seek. And that's what we have done, man. The Lord told us to do the will of the Lord. That's what we did. Turn from it and seek him, man. Verse 9, it says, hide not thy face far from me. Put not thy servant away in anger. Thou hast been my help. Leave me not, neither forsake me, O power of my salvation, man. I constantly pray the Lord don't leave me, man. It says, when my father and my mother forsake me, then Yahweh Bashem Yahushua will take me up. See, when the world turns its back on you, man, the Lord is going to be with you. And the world is going to turn its back on you, man. Your best friend, your cousin, shit, your neighbor, they're going to turn their back on you, man. Because they're going to be trying to survive just like you are. See, but the men of the Lord, the women of the Lord, we had a Lord to turn to, man. Everyone else is going to be fighting for their lives, man, with their own power. Verse 11, it says, teach me thy way, O Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, and lead me in a plain path because of my enemies. And the Lord is leading us in a plain path, man. And that's beautiful, man. That we have got this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding before the judgment came of Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, man. So you got to say the water, man, because a lot of people are going to be seeking the Lord when it's too late. And the mercy doors are closing, man. This is Psalms 143 and verse 6. It says, I stretch forth my hands unto thee. My soul thirsteth after thee as a thirsty land. Salah. And that's us, man. Lifting up our hands in prayer. It says, hear me speedily, O Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, my spirit faileth. Hide not thy face from me, lest I be like unto them that go down into the pit. See, you don't want to be put to death, man. The Lord is going to put up so many people. Just look at China yesterday. They said 100 and some people died, or 96 people died after that flood hit, which it was a dam that broke and went down into, I think it was Tibet and Nepal, if I'm not mistaken. You can look it up. But you just got to imagine, man, there was a town that water hit, man. And it came down a hill, man. And I got videos. YouTube don't let you put them videos up, man. But you got to believe, man, thousands of people done died, man. Just like that. And that's why we asking the Lord, man, to have mercy on us, man. That the other day as well, that woman, a 2-year-old baby, got struck by lightning. So the Lord is not playing, man. Judgment is all over the place, man. Every day, man, judgment. I wake up, man, 4 or 5 people done got put to death. There's so many, judgments that went out this last, not even a week. Shit from Monday, man. Mass shootings, man. It's crazy, man. This verse 8, the Psalms 143 and verse 8, it says, cause me to hear thy loving kindness in the morning. Whew, see that? In the morning, like I said, when I wake up, man, I just click on to see what's going on in the world. Mass deaths after death after death, man. It says, for in thee do I trust. See, I trust in the Lord, man, just like you as well, man, to listen to these videos. It says, cause me to know thy way wherein I should walk. And that's what we ask for, man. Let the Lord let us walk in a plain path, man. For I lift up my soul unto thee. Deliver me, O Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, from my enemies. And everybody's going to be soon to be your enemies, man. You going and you go in a gas station and wave at somebody nod your head at your own people going to be your enemies, man. Everyone is going to be considered an enemy here shortly, man. I flee unto thee to hide me. See what the scripture we read in Proverbs 27 and 22. The prudent man foreseeth the evil and hideth himself, man. And we're hiding under Yahweh by Shem Yahushua, man. It says, I flee unto thee to hide me. See? His wisdom and understanding is hiding us from what's to come, man. It says, teach me to do thy will. And that's what we always pray for, man. And I always say we. I'm speaking of myself and my bonds. It says, for thou art my power. Thy spirit is good. Lead me into the land of uprightness. And that's what we want, man. We want to be led into the land of uprightness. Quicken me, O Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, for thy name's sake, for thy righteousness' sake, bring my soul out of trouble. See, that's what we want, man. The Lord to bring us out of trouble, man, because it's at the door. And of thy mercy, cut off my enemies and destroy all them that afflict my soul. For I am thy servant. See, we are the Lord's servant, man. So you can't turn back into the world and go into the world like, oh, man, ain't nothing going to happen. No, we are the Lord's servants, man. So we got to continue on this straight and narrow path, man, of faith. Because judgment can happen any day, man. Judgment can happen any day. This is Psalms. This is not Psalms. This is 2nd Esdras. 2nd Esdras 16. 2nd Esdras 16, and I want to get the point starting at verse 70. It says, for there shall be in every place and in the next city a great insurrection upon those that fear Yahweh Bashem Yahushua. And it's on the Israelites, man. It says, they shall be like madmen, sparing none, but still spoiling and destroying those that fear Yahweh Bashem Yahushua. For they shall waste and take away their goods. See, this is what's going to happen, man. When all hell break loose, man, people are going to take your goods, man. It says, and cast them out of their houses. So people are going to be taking you out of your house. You might be these agents, the agents that's with the ice cold water. You can catch my drift, what I'm putting down. It might be bringing you out of your houses, man. It says, then shall they be known who are my chosen, and they shall be tried as gold is in the fire. So we're going to be tried, man. And then, might, like I said, it might be us being taken out of our houses, man, by those agents. But it's going to be everywhere, man. No one is going, oh, man, they just took them out of there. They're going to be sitting in their houses in a cozy house, warm, with a coffee, a hot cocoa in their hand, and just looking at somebody else down the street getting judged. No, man, it's going to be everywhere, man. Nobody's going to be safe. It's going to be a time like never before. It was at Daniel 12 and 1. It's going to be a time like never before that was in the history of the world, man. And there's been some bad times in the world, man. But this is the point. It says, then shall they be known who are my chosen, and they shall be tried as gold in the fire. Hear ye, O my beloved, saith Yahweh Shem Yahushua. Behold, the days of trouble are at hand, but I will deliver thee from the same. See, the chosen, you're going to know who the Lord is with, who the Lord is not with, man. Verse 75, it says, be ye not afraid, neither doubt, for Yahweh Shem Yahushua power is your God, man. So we are not afraid of what's coming. We're not fearful of what's coming. The Lord said, don't be afraid or doubt. And that's the man of the Lord, man. Because the Lord is going to be our God in that day and that time, man. So let's end it there, man. Lord, when it was edifying. Shalom. Shalom.